Welcome back to reviews on stuff. I've got here the Citizen Atessa ATV 53 2834. This is their limited edition model 20th anniversary that came out this year. It's a very interesting watch. It's got full DLC coating on both the band and the case. It's kind of a black, kind of a slate black color. It's a very interesting color. One of the interesting features about this watch that I'll point out here is the clasp. It looks like a standard clasp, you know, from the outside, but if you look inside here, there's some catches and some grooves in there. And what this does is it allows you to resize the band to 3 different positions just by pushing these buttons down, the same ones that open the clasp, which is a pretty nice feature, you know, if you need to adjust it slightly for your wrist size depending on the, you know, time of the day, or if you're exercising or whatever it might be. Just kind of an interesting feature, I thought. This watch has a lot of features. It's kind of daunting at first, but it's really a pretty general feature watch. Has 2 digital displays. One shows your home city, the other shows world time, and can display either the time that that city is set to or the date. The subdials on this watch, there's a mode subdial down here which is kind of obstructed by the minute hand. Then up at the top you've got a top of it shows, the left subdial shows a battery indicator. The bottom of that subdial shows a transmitter indication. It points to the transmitter that you're receiving the signals from. Top dial shows coordinated universal time, and the right dial shows 24-hour time, GMT time. And that's pretty much a tour of the dial. It's got a sapphire crystal which has a anti-reflective coating, I believe, on the inside. It's a domed crystal, which is kind of hard to see here. It's just slightly domed. It's not, you know, a huge dome that sticks up, just slightly. Okay, we'll go into some of the features here. If you push this button in timekeeping mode, it just tells you if you receive the time calibration signal okay or not. So we'll go ahead and push that. Rotates around to H, which stands for high, which is the signal strength it was receiving. You also notice this indicator here is pointing to the USA, and if it didn't receive the signal, it would point up here to no. Okay, the mode dial is in TME, or timekeeping mode. Normally have if you pull the crown out to the first position, it lets you switch what mode you're in. But normally I have this display over here set to my home city, and there's a reason for that, and it's kind of annoying, but that's how you set the world time there. The annoying thing is that if you're ever in calendar mode, which is CAL, which I just switched to, the date there is shown represented by whatever city you have selected here. So depending on if you have your watch set to, you know, halfway around the world, the date may not be the same as the date in your home city. I kind of wish they would have made maybe this display a 2-line display, or kind of switch some things up for that reason, but you know, it doesn't really bother me. I don't really need to know the time in New York or anywhere else for that matter, but people that buy this watch may find that slightly annoying. Anyway, so you pull the crown out to the first position to change modes. And one interesting thing I thought was different was this mode subdial down here is actually mechanically turned. It's not a electric motor that turns that dial, so you can kind of feel it as it's turning. So this is time mode, calendar mode, which displays the date, and this is the timer, which you can set up to 99 minutes. You can only set the minutes of that. You pull that out and you notice that this says set, and now you can change the minutes over here. One other cool thing is this watch has a fast scrolling feature. You know, when you're using the crown, if you turn it really fast, it will automatically start scrolling. And you just turn it once to stop it. Push it all the way back in. And then this button up here starts it. And then you can stop it. It's pretty basic timer. Pull it out and we'll go to the chronograph mode. And it's kind of hard to see here with this angle. Pretty basic chronograph. I really like having all of the time shown in the display, whereas some watches kind of alternate between what is being shown there. As a split feature, which this is kind of interesting here. After 10 seconds it auto resumes the stopwatch mode. That I believe is configurable. I haven't ventured into that. And then this mode is world time set. This allows you to set daylight savings time for different cities, whether you want that to be set or not. Also allows you to set a user configurable time zone, and you can set that at any hour, but also you can adjust the minutes within that to be anywhere from 15 minutes off. So you can set it for 15, 30, or 45 minute difference between the regular UTC time, which is kind of interesting. And it has 2 alarms. They are world time alarms, so you actually set the city that it's going to reference for the time along with the time, which is kind of interesting. You can preview the alarm tone, which is different for 1 versus 2. That's alarm 1. And that's alarm 2. This mode it lets you set the receiver up depending on what you want it to do automatically. Daylight savings time, you can have it set to on all the time, or you can have it set to off. That's pretty much it as far as this watch goes. I normally like to leave it in this mode because I usually like to see the date displayed. It also displays the day of the week down there, which is handy. Let me show you the backlight. It doesn't light up the hands, but it does light up the digital displays pretty well. It's kind of an amber color or orange. They're really pretty bright, as well as the lume on this watch is really brighter than some of the other watches I have, and tends to last quite a while. It comes on for about 3 seconds. And that's about it. This button here is the one that does the time. Anyway, if that's about all the features I can go over now. Thank you.